Oh,
So
let's just
I
even.
wanted to know, based on that, what's the
Hmm.
story behind the Drift Wizard? How did that come to be?
There was an Instagram thing. It's shout out to this guy on Instagram called Elm Realm, and he makes these like silly little animations with this frog wizard dude. And I would just sit on my couch and crack up at all the stuff he made. And I just came to an epiphany, and I was like, I should do the Drift Wizard, you know. And I was writing down a ton of ideas at the time. I came up with like Doctor Drift and
Yeah, yeah.
Driftenstein and all random weird things to do, and I did a few of them. And Drift Wizard is just the one that like took off, and people just loved it. So it just kind of I made a bunch more videos, and it's sort of become my personality now. Nobody calls me Andy anymore; they just call me the Drift Wizard, you know. So, and I like that better. You know, it's kind of like being famous for a character rather than being famous on your own, because I get like a little bit of imposter syndrome about that kind of stuff. You know, like I don't think I'm that important. I don't think I'm that
Right.
special. You know, I'm just a guy following the path that I've followed since I got my D1 license. You know, so
Right.
yeah, I kind of like it a little better. The fact that I'm, you know, people like the Drift Wizard, and I can sort of stand to the side of that and watch it unfold. You know.
People
Exactly.
love the cones.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
People
we've
do
Well,
love
that
the
that
a lot
kind
of
of
con.
them
brings
this
me to the
year.
next thing is
Yeah.
like the marketing genius has now helped you literally fund your program.
Yeah, yeah, it was our biggest sponsor this year by a long shot. But not let that Evil Auto Works didn't help us out. They were awesome,
Right.
but
Obviously.
once we surpassed them with cone hat sales, I was like, damn, there's like something to this here.
Yeah, I might got something going on.
But
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to my designer Bink Designs. He did all the.
Hmm.
I hit him up to do a bunch of Hateley Motorsports logos and the Drift Wizard design, and I just told him to make it kind of Rick and Morty esque, and you
Hmm.
know he came up with that design, and we sold those for the year, and then he's like, "Yo," calls me one day, he's like, "We should make cone hats." Blah blah blah. He's like, "I gotta connect. I'll get you a prototype," and he bought the prototype to Irwindale last year, and I was just dying laughing. It was like ever.
It's
It's the
so fun.
And
it's
It
so
then
is. It's
perfect.
perfect. You with the
yeah,
stick too. When you get
yeah,
the stick.
yeah. I was at Irwindale with my sister that year, and my nephew and his buddy, and she wore the. I let her wear the hat around, and just like 30, 40, I don't know, a lot of people came up and like, "Where'd you get that? Like, where can we buy one? This and that." And I was like, "All right, yeah, there's definitely something here." But the
Right.
problem was my minimum order was 1,000 hats,
Hmm.
so I ordered 1,000,
Oh.
and they arrived on the Friday of
No,
so
no.
right after we got knocked out of the seating bracket. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go home and sleep at home tonight because we don't have to be here super early tomorrow.
Yeah.
And on the way home, my roommate calls me and he goes, "Yo, there's like 12 giant boxes in our driveway." And I was like, "Oh shit, the hats! We didn't think they were gonna make it for Long Beach."
Right.
So we
No.
pulled them out, checked
No.
them out.
No.
My
Sorry.
whole team is there, and we're like, I hope they sell because we have these 12 huge boxes of wizard hats. And
Right.
I honestly, I was like, I don't know if they're going to sell or not. Like, we might end the season with, you know, 500 hats left or whatever, which would be terrible. But we sold, I think, like 300 at Long Beach or something like that.
Wow.
And I already had to place a new order because I was like, we're going to run out halfway through the season for
Yep.
sure. And they come
Hmm.
from overseas on a boat, so it takes a while and all that. So ordered 1,500 more after that, and I think we're down to two boxes right now, which is like 120 we have left or something like that. So
Wow.
Damn.
that's just under 2,500 for the year, like 2,300 or so we sold.
Wow.
So
So
um,
for
Insane.
people who like love the hat, but they haven't been able to get to an event, can they get your
mhm.
hat online somewhere?
They can't yet. I've been telling myself to build a website like all year long, and I just haven't had a minute. So after SEMA, I'm gonna get on that. I have the driftwizard.com locked down, so I just need to start up the Shopify store. And I'm also not sure how much they're gonna cost to ship because like I don't want to fold them up or anything like that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, not 100%, but a couple people have DM'd me. I actually need to get some out the door. I was supposed to do that today. That's gonna have to be tomorrow. But yeah, there's a few that people hit me up, and like so I've gotten hit up a bunch of times, but like this one hit me because he's like this his girlfriend messaged me and he's like, yeah, he's a huge fan, this and that. I want to get it for his birthday and all this, and I was like, God damn it, all right. But they're in the UK, so
Guilt
I'll
tripped
get
me
an
so
idea
hard.
of what it's going to cost me to send, you know,
Yeah.
abroad. But two of them showed up at Drift Masters in Poland though. Amanda Sorensen told me that. Yeah,
Wow.
Let's go.
That's so
so
great.
someone
That's
came yeah, someone out there came out to an empty event, bought 2, and then they brought them back with them, I guess. And my spotter sent me pictures of them at like someone was wearing it at the airport when he was
I
leaving.
think I saw that.
Like,
I think I saw that
yeah.
somewhere on the internet.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
funny. Yeah, to
That's a
see
good,
him.
that's a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so good.
Nice.
Chuck finally showed up in the chat. It was about time he showed up.
Yeah, what up? He was crying about Urbandale. So are the rest of us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it sucked, but at least they got a lot of good driving there.
Yeah. So also that kind of brings it to you came up with this idea, and you've really shown to where you can be you can literally be anyone in this sport and still make money. I don't know. Not that the season was necessarily profitable for you, but like you're able to make it very feasible.
Yeah.
Running all
and
rounds and stuff.
I think Pro 1 helps a lot with that. The fact that we decided to move up, in Prospect, we had some trouble finding, financial sponsors, essentially monetary sponsorship.
Right.
And moving up to Pro, we pull in a decent budget, and then with the sales of the hats and the shirts and the Legos and everything else, we're looking pretty good. I mean, it's our best year we've ever had.
Would you say you were more financially stable running Pro than you were Prospect last year?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We spent more running Prospect last year than we did running Pro this year. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that a little bit, because I know the jump from Prospect to Pro typically is a pretty rough one.